My brothers and sisters, some foods fill your body, but some quietly drain your blessings. Because what you eat doesn't stop at your stomach. It travels to your heart, your soul, and even your sustenance. There are meals that attract mercy, and there are meals that invite darkness. When food is earned, prepared, or eaten in the wrong way, peace leaves the heart, duha loses its power, and rizq begins to dry up without reason. Tonight, let us uncover 8 kinds of food that invite evil and drive away barakah, so you may protect your soul and purify every plate that touches your hand. Some foods don't just feed you, they test you. They sit quietly on your plate, looking harmless, smelling beautiful, tasting divine, but in the unseen world, they carry energy that either brings angels closer or drives them away. You see, not every meal is a blessing. Some meals are a warning. We live in a time where people chase flavor but forget the source, where tables overflow while gratitude dries up, where Bismillah is spoken by the tongue but not felt by the heart. And that's when something sacred begins to die inside us. The food still tastes good, but the soul feels empty. You finish eating, yet feel restless. You smile at the table, yet cry in the quiet of your room. You don't know why. But the truth is, not all food nourishes. Some food darkens. There are foods that block dua. Foods that carry the vibrations of arrogance, greed, or oppression. Foods that poison the unseen peace within your home. And Allah warned us, the same hand that feeds you can also distance you from Him. And if that hand is careless with purity. When you eat what was earned through deceit, you swallow its darkness. When you eat without saying Bismillah, you open your soul to what was meant to be kept out. When you waste food while others sleep hungry, the angels weep. And when you eat without gratitude, the blessing begins to disappear silently. This is not superstition. It is spiritual law, because food is not just matter, it is energy. Every bite carries the intention of how it was earned, the mood in which it was cooked, and the remembrance or forgetfulness surrounding it. And that is why the Prophet ﷺ reminded us again and again, eat from what is pure, eat with remembrance, eat with humility. My brothers and sisters, the world will teach you recipes, but it will not teach you remembrance. It will teach you taste, but not taqwa. We live in an age where people know every nutrient, but have forgotten the one who nourishes. They chase health, but lose peace. They bless the meal, but forget to bless the soul. Tonight, we will go deeper. Deeper than the kitchen, deeper than the plate, deeper than the flavor. Tonight, we will uncover the spiritual side of what you eat, the foods that invite light into your home, and the foods that quietly open the door for darkness. The foods that call angels to your table, and the foods that make them turn away. And when you learn these truths, you will never eat the same way again, because every meal is a meeting with Allah. Every bite is a conversation. And the question is not what's on your plate. The question is, what is it doing to your soul? Let's begin lesson 1, food bought with haram wealth. My brothers and sisters, sometimes the test is not in what we eat, but in how we earn what we eat. You can sit at the finest table. You can whisper the name of Allah before your first bite. Yet if the money that bought that food came from the wrong path, the peace that should follow will quietly walk away. You may not notice it in the beginning. The meal will still taste sweet. The stomach will still fill. The smile will still appear. But the sweetness fades quickly and the heart begins to feel heavy. There is an emptiness that no flavor can hide. It is the weight of something impure traveling through the veins of a believer. Clean wealth brings calmness. Dirty wealth brings confusion. Some people wonder why they feel restless even though they have more than enough. They keep eating, buying, collecting, yet their hearts never feel satisfied. It is because their blessings were built on false foundations. You cannot build peace on lies. You cannot build tranquility on deception. Every coin carries a story, and when that coin is spent, the story continues inside your home. If it was earned through injustice, it will bring argument. If it was earned through arrogance, it will bring ego. If it was earned through dishonesty, it will bring worry that never ends. A man once came home with food bought through unlawful means. His children ate it with laughter, but the laughter slowly turned into anger. The home that used to feel bright began to feel heavy. He thought it was bad luck, but it was not luck at all. It was the shadow of what he had chosen to bring into his house. My brothers and sisters, one honest meal may look small, yet it carries the fragrance of paradise. When you eat what is pure, your heart feels lighter, your prayer feels deeper, and your sleep feels peaceful. When you eat what is unlawful, your body may grow, but your soul begins to shrink. Your eyes may shine, but your heart becomes dim. You might have full cupboards, but an empty life. It is not about the size of the income, it is about the purity of the income. Halal brings barakah that you can't measure. You earn a little, but it stretches. You spend on others, yet it returns. You give charity, and doors open from places you never imagined, because Allah loves honesty and He expands what is pure. But haram money behaves differently. It enters fast and leaves faster. It promises comfort but delivers chaos. It looks like success, but it tastes like anxiety. It decorates the outside and destroys the inside. Think of a garden fed by polluted water. The flowers may bloom for a day, but soon they wither. That is how haram earnings work. They show beauty for a moment, but they never last. The heart that eats from impurity forgets gratitude. The tongue that speaks with a stomach filled from haram loses its sincerity. The hands that rise in prayer feel heavier than before. Many people complain, why don't I feel connected to my prayers? Why do my du'as feel blocked? Sometimes the answer lies not in the heavens, but in the kitchen. Look at what you are feeding your family. Look at how that food came to you. Was there a lie involved? Was there a cheat? Was there a hand hurt by your gain? If yes, then you are feeding the results of that harm back into your own life. You see, Allah is most merciful, yet He is also just. He will never allow injustice to remain sweet for long. If we eat from something that belongs to another, we will eventually taste the bitterness of it. Maybe through worry, maybe through loss, maybe through sleepless nights. Allah reminds us through these feelings that peace is not sold in markets, it is gifted to hearts that stay honest. There are people who have little, but they sleep like kings. They smile with gratitude over bread and water. They carry no guilt in their chest. Their home may be small, but their hearts are wide. And there are others who have everything, tables heavy with food, fridges full of luxury, yet they cannot rest. They fear losing what they have, because deep inside they know it was never clean to begin with. My brothers and sisters, every time you earn something, you are writing a letter to your own soul. If that letter is written with truth, it will come back as peace. If it is written with deceit, it will return as pain. When you earn haram, you are feeding your children with worry that will follow them. You are building walls without foundations, and one day they will collapse. But when you earn halal, you are planting seeds that will keep growing long after you are gone. Your children will carry your honesty like a shield. Your home will echo with contentment. Even the animals you feed from halal will be calmer. Even the air in your house will feel lighter, because purity changes everything it touches. The angels love purity, and they visit the homes of those who keep their earnings clean. But impurity invites darkness that no perfume can hide. You can cover it with luxury, you can distract it with entertainment, but deep inside, your heart knows the truth. Clean earnings make the difference between a meal and a blessing. You can feed 10 people with haram and none will remember you, But feed one person with halal and Allah Himself will remember you. You can earn millions unlawfully and lose them in a day, but you can earn one coin truthfully and see it multiply in unseen ways. This is not a miracle. This is how barakah works. It is invisible, but it is real. It turns little into plenty, sorrow into ease, struggle into growth. Before you eat, pause and reflect. Where did this come from? Was someone cheated so I could have this? Was a promise broken? If the answer is yes, then the food before you is not food, it is a test. To eat it would be to swallow the sadness of another. Better to sleep hungry than to feed your heart poison. Better to eat half a meal in peace than a full table in guilt. Some people think haram wealth only means stealing or selling what is forbidden, but it is more than that. It is the money you gain by hurting someone's trust. It is the wage you take for a job you never did properly. It is the payment you hide from others while pretending fairness. It is the business where truth is sacrificed for greed. It is the small things we overlook that slowly harden our hearts. Every time you cheat, you may feel clever for a day, but you lose something far greater, the blessing that follows honesty. You can't see barakah, but you can feel its absence. It is in the sudden expenses, the unexpected loss, the heavy mood in the home. That is how Allah calls us back to honesty. He removes the sweetness until we remember what we have lost. The cure is simple but requires courage. Stop the wrong and start the right. Even if it means earning less for a while, know that Allah will replace it with something better. He replaces quantity with quality. He replaces fear with contentment. He replaces anxiety with peace. You may earn a little, but it will last longer. You will eat less, but it will taste better. You will sleep with gratitude, and your home will feel alive again. Every morsel of halal food enters your body like light. It strengthens your prayer, it softens your heart, it increases your patience. And every morsel of haram enters like shadow. It weakens your will, it increases your desires, it takes away your ability to feel closeness to Allah. This is why the wise say, guard what enters your mouth, and Allah will guard what comes out of it. So, my brothers and sisters, before you feed your stomach, feed your conscience. Ask yourself, is my rizq clean? Is my work honest? Would I be proud to offer the same food to the Prophet if he were to visit me? Because the food that touches your tongue will one day speak about you. It will testify whether you were truthful or not. Remember, Allah is most generous. He does not close the door of repentance. If you realize you have been earning from something doubtful, stop it today. Seek forgiveness, change your path, and Allah will replace the old with the new. He will cleanse what remains and bless what is coming. He will put sweetness back into your food and peace back into your home. The journey to purity begins with one decision: to choose honesty over haste, faith over fear, purity over pleasure. The heart that chooses halal may struggle at first, but it will soon find ease that no wealth can buy. The mind that chooses truth may lose friends, but it will gain the friendship of Allah. And when Allah is with you, you are never poor. So the next time you eat, remember, you are not just feeding a body, you are shaping a soul. Make that soul pure. Make that meal a bridge to the mercy of Allah. Clean rizq creates clean hearts, and a clean heart is the most beautiful home for faith. Sometimes people wonder why their hearts no longer cry during prayer. Why the Quran no longer softens them. Why they feel like they are praying, yet something feels missing, like a barrier stands between them and their Lord. Often that barrier is not a lack of faith, it is what they have been feeding their soul through unlawful means. The heart that is fed with haram cannot taste the sweetness of faith. It beats, but it beats behind glass. It hears, but it doesn't absorb. It feels, but it doesn't surrender. When your body is built on food that comes from sin, your very blood becomes a reminder of what was taken from someone else. That is why the pious used to be terrified of doubtful income. They feared that one unlawful bite could seal their heart for days. They would rather sleep hungry than risk eating what did not belong to them. They knew that hunger leaves quickly, but guilt stays long. Look at the calm face of an honest worker who returns home tired yet peaceful. He may not have much, but he looks into his child's eyes with no shame. His pillow is his witness, and his sleep is worship. Then look at the one who earns through trickery. He may drive a beautiful car, but his soul trembles at every knock on the door. He fears being exposed, losing reputation, losing trust. He smiles outside but carries storms within. Allah places barakah in purity. A small coin earned truthfully can feed an entire family and still leave peace behind. A mountain of wealth earned dishonestly cannot calm one restless heart. You can see this truth in the way your money behaves. Halal money travels smoothly, it blesses your home, it heals your worries. Haram money behaves strangely, it disappears, it creates arguments, it invites diseases of the mind and soul. Think of your wealth as a visitor. If you treat it right, it will stay long and bring friends called peace and barakah. If you treat it wrong, it will leave with everything it touched. It will take your sleep, your trust, your joy. That is why Allah asks us to be careful with every penny. He wants us to protect ourselves, not deprive ourselves. There was once a man who used to borrow and never return. He ate with ease, laughed freely, but his heart became darker every day. He began to see his own reflection and feel discomfort, because deep down his soul knew that his comfort was stolen comfort. One night he cried saying, "Oh Allah, why do I not feel you anymore?" And a voice in his conscience whispered, "Because you filled yourself with what was never yours." That moment of realization changed him more than any sermon could. He repaid what he owed, cleaned his earnings, and soon peace began to return like sunlight after rain. The heart cannot carry two masters. If you feed it with impurity, it will follow desire. If you feed it with honesty, it will follow light. That is why the first thing you must fix in life is how you earn. Before you look for solutions elsewhere, look at your income. Ask yourself, is there anyone's right hidden inside this money? Did I overcharge? Did I break a promise? Did I use my position unfairly? Because every injustice buried alive will come back as restlessness. My dear brothers and sisters, this message is not to shame you, but to awaken you. We all make mistakes. What matters is to clean them before they bury us. If you realize your earnings were impure, do not despair. Allah's mercy is greater than your wrongs. Start again today. Even if it means earning less, even if it means walking away from a business that looks profitable but harms your soul, Allah will replace it with something beyond numbers. He will replace it with peace. He will open doors you never knew existed. The moment you decide to purify your income, the unseen world begins to move in your favor. You will meet opportunities that fit your honesty. You will find ease in unexpected ways, because Allah promises that whoever leaves something for His sake, He replaces it with better. Better doesn't always mean bigger. Sometimes it means calmer. It means sleeping without guilt, eating without fear, praying without blockage. It means that even if you have little, your little carries fragrance and light. Many people chase wealth but forget that the best form of wealth is contentment. Contentment does not come from owning, it comes from knowing that what you own is pure. When you live clean, you attract clean things. You attract sincere people, genuine blessings, honest chances. Your home feels lighter. Even your food tastes different because your heart knows it is safe to enjoy it. You no longer fear the knock on the door, the audit, the question, the exposure. Your heart beats with calm certainty that your Lord is pleased. Remember, every dishonest deal might seem like a shortcut, but it always leads to a longer road of regret. And every honest struggle may seem slow, but it always leads to a faster road to peace. Allah never wastes the effort of the truthful. He hides their reward inside moments of quiet joy, inside the laughter of their children, inside the calm of their hearts. If you want to build a home that stands strong through generations,